What's up, YouTube? This is Youthman. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Mission Impossible Fallout. Now, don't worry, this is a spoiler-free review, but I just want to share with you my thoughts as I just got back from the movie theater seeing it. But before we jump into the video, if you're into home theater, audio, and video, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified when the next video drops. All right, guys, so tonight my son and a friend of his went and saw Mission Impossible Fallout. Now, I've been a big Mission Impossible fan since the very first one. I've always enjoyed the franchise. Each one seems to get better and better, and with Fallout, it did not disappoint. I believe by far this is the best Mission Impossible movie that they have come out in the franchise. Now, there's so many great things about the movie that I really loved. The videography, the cinematography was incredible. Beautiful, beautiful landscapes, even just camera angles as they're doing the chase scenes through the city. The helicopter scene has some gorgeous, gorgeous landscaping over these beautiful mountains, especially in the snow. Just phenomenal. Picture quality, absolutely great. We had a chance to see it in IMAX, and it just had just this spectacular, just overwhelming beauty throughout the whole movie. The score sounded incredible. There was a lot of things sound-wise that really impressed me. There were several parts in it where you could hear the Dolby Atmos kind of kick in and just kind of immerse you into the sound. So I definitely liked that sound. There were some chase scenes that I noticed some particularly interesting thing. There was one scene where the girl is riding the motorcycle in between these columns and just hearing the columns pass. That was really, really cool. And then there's certain scenes, and I won't give you any spoiler, where it wasn't what you heard, but what you didn't hear. The silence. You'll have to check out the movie to find out what I'm talking about. But that was really cool. Just some really, really great dynamics, what they ended up, how they ended up incorporating the soundtrack, various sound effects, as well as even lack of sound throughout the movie. And then, of course, probably my favorite part of the movie was the action. I mean, this movie, there's a lot of like tense moments where you're sitting watching the film and you're just kind of like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? How are they going to get out of this? What are they going to do? Just a lot of tension that probably the director added on purpose to kind of get you on edge. I mean, you know that it's going to be incredible. You probably have a good idea that they're going to figure this stuff out, but you don't have an idea how they're going to do that. And so watching that unfold and watching that play out was really, really great. But of course, the action sequences are phenomenal. And I think what makes the Mission Impossible action sequences so great is Tom Cruise is known for doing his own stunts. Now, after the movie, I did go and watch a couple of things talking about his preparation for the film. And just in particular, there's two kind of areas that he did his own stunts that were just phenomenal in the movie. One is a helicopter chase scene. And so he actually trained months on months and months to actually do this chase scene involving him and another helicopter. And so that was real. That was legit. And even though I knew that that was him flying the helicopter, as I'm watching the film, I'm thinking there's no way he could have done that. That's got to be CGI. That's got to be something else. But it wasn't. It was really him doing the stunts. Then there's another a part in the movie where they actually do a halo jump, which is a high altitude, low opening, I believe is what it stands for, jump. And so they're jumping from like 25,000 feet in the air, and they're having to open the parachute at a very, very low altitude. And so, of course, again, that was one of those things where he trained and trained and trained, did a ton of jumps, and was able to make that scene so believable. And so, guys, I just want to shoot this quick video just saying I thoroughly enjoyed Mission Impossible Fallout. Hope you guys get a chance to go check it out in the theater. But more importantly, man, I'd love to hear it here in the Youth Man home theater. I am excited about that. I think the Dolby Atmos is going to sound phenomenal. I believe that the two SVS PB16 Ultras that I just got are going to sound incredible. The three La Scalas, Klipsch La Scalas up front. Man, I'm just really excited about the movie. Definitely can't wait till it comes out on Blu-ray. And so, like I said, I just wanted to share with you my excitement, my thoughts on that without it being any kind of spoiler. I'm one of those guys where I hate it when people say, oh, awesome movie, such and such dies. Awesome movie, this happens. Awesome movie, and then you're like, really, dude? That just totally ruins it. I'm the kind of guy, I can wait all year long knowing if somebody bought me a Christmas present and put it right over there in my theater room, I would not look at it, I would not touch it, I would not shake it. I'm patient enough to just wait to find out myself. And so I kind of feel that way with spoilers. I try to stay away from reviews, especially ones online that I know are they're just going to tell you what happened in the movie. I'd rather just let you guys go see it for yourself. And so here's what I encourage you to do. After you see the movie, definitely come back to this video. Let me know in the comments below what's your thoughts about it. Try to keep it very spoiler free, but just let me know overall, what'd you like about the movie? Was it a great movie? Was it a downer? Maybe you're like, man, that movie was lame, didn't like it, seemed hokey. I thought the action sequences seemed very realistic. I believe the plot flowed very smooth. Now, was it a brand new storyline? Not really. I mean, it's very familiar to some of the other stories and some of the other movies that we've seen out there, but it still was a very, very enjoyable movie. I wish it was even longer than what it was. And go see it in IMAX. Definitely, sound quality there is usually better. I know at least in our theater it is, as well as picture quality is phenomenal. So I told you earlier in the video that I went to see Fallout with my son as well as his friend. And so I thought it'd be a great idea to get his perspective on the movie, since he's really just a cooler, younger version of myself. And so Jacob, could you tell my viewers a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Jacob, and I'm 19 years old, and I've been what you would classify as a nerd for forever now. Ever since I was a young kid, I've always been into video games, movies, comic books, the works. As you can tell by my room is completely shaped and molded around all these different things that I love and enjoy doing. And one thing I've always loved doing is either going to the movies, whether it's with my friends or especially my dad. Me and him love bonding and going and seeing all different types of movies together. I've always been big into cinema and film ever since I was a little kid. And Mission Impossible has always been a really, I think, great franchise. And I think Tom Cruise is probably the perfect role for this entire franchise. I don't think they could have casted a better main character for Ethan Hunt.
Now, I know you mentioned that you like Tom Cruise. Can you elaborate more on that as to why you feel that he's such a great actor?
Absolutely. So to start off, I think Tom Cruise is one of the best actors of this generation. I absolutely love his dedication for his roles. He's willing to go above and beyond and do whatever it takes just to give that audience the idea of that realism, that like, this is not CGI, this is not fake, this is actually happening. And especially in Mission Impossible, because like you mentioned earlier, he does and performs every one of his own stunts. I don't even know, I know you didn't mention it earlier in the video, but Tom Cruise actually broke either it was his foot or his ankle, I can't remember, but there's a scene where he jumps from a rooftop and he actually breaks his ankle in doing so, and instead of wimping out and saying cut, he stands up and he walks off with his broken foot and he finishes the scene. So someone like that is just worthy of being in these types of movies.
And so now, after seeing the 6th installment of the franchise, Fallout, do you feel that the franchise should continue and make a 7th and maybe an 8th, or should they just quit while they're ahead?
Well, I think if they're willing to put in the same amount of time and dedication that they were for these past movies, then absolutely, I say we keep going and we keep pushing, because they've proven time and time again that they're able to get better and better and better because of those same exact reasons. You know, Tom Cruise, the directors, the producers are all willing to wait the time that it takes and put in the hours and put in that extra mile for the movie to be greater. You know, most franchises that are in their 6th, 7th, 8th installments, they reduce over time and they get most likely worse over time, and then they get that one hit or that one movie that was kind of better than the others. But Mission Impossible has always had that same feel in every movie. Every time I walk out of a Mission Impossible movie, I'm like, let's see the next one. You know, let's keep this going. Like I never leave the theater and I'm like, wow, you know what? Maybe this should die off.
And then my last question for you is, if you could kind of summarize what your favorite part of the movie is, what did you like best about Fallout?
Well, by far, the action. The action was freaking incredible. The action was non-stop, and it was in your face the entire movie. There was never a single moment where I wasn't on the edge of my seat. Tom Cruise and Henry Cavill were going at it the entire movie, and it just had me captivated. Everything from the chase scenes to car scenes to helicopter scenes to fist fights to glass shattering to lightning striking. Everything in the movie was just top notch. The action was it was non-stop, and it puts other action movies to shame. And other action movies will be looking to this as a template as an example for their future installments. So I think this movie is easily worth your time, and it is definitely worth your money because it's worth the support, and it's definitely they need that money to keep these movies and to keep this line of work to continue moving forward. So definitely go see this, and definitely if you take the time out of your day, because it's definitely worth it.
All right, Jacob, so thanks so much for sharing your thoughts and opinions on the movie Fallout with my viewers. And so I think that's pretty awesome just to get a different perspective besides mine. And so if you like the video, guys, give it a thumbs up. And if you think that Jacob should maybe start his own YouTube channel, maybe doing reviews or something like that, leave some comments down below. I know he'd be encouraged if you feel that he could maybe start his own channel. So, well, guys, with that said, you be blessed, and we'll catch you in the next video.